Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
What's up, everyone? Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me check the sound. Engineer, testing, engineer, testing, engineer, testing. Check. All right, we hear the sound. All right, welcome to the channel, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to another video, another night of the weekend's triple treat, and we're here to discuss football, yeah? And it's the Nations League, CONCACAF Nations League, and of course, certainly, the Reggae Boyz played a game yesterday, last evening, on a very horrible pitch. You see, when I put up that picture, you know, of how the field look, you know, there are some persons in the comment section who are saying that, coach, from what do you let the picture go ready, field go ready. But when you see where going, yeah, you saw what happened. You saw the deplorable condition the field was in. You saw the type of game that was played on it. Yeah, you saw the type of game that was played on it. But we still do what we have to do. You understand? And we realize there's some, yeah, but we're not going to further. Anyways, people, big up yourself. Thank you very much for tuning in to another video. It's another weekend triple treat night 2, yeah. And this is definitely an interesting conversation tonight. Well, we hope for an interesting conversation, and we want to talk about what the players did, how they performed given the circumstances, and look at the, even though it is a bad play, the results were still favorable. I will still have to give thanks for that. You understand? So, yeah, man, I saw the things said, people. So, big up yourself, like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to grow this platform bigger and better. You understand? So, we see some early birds coming in. Ensure that you like the video, people. Ensure that you like the video. Yeah, man, like the video. You cannot comment unless you like the video. If you have commented and you have not liked the video, please do so. All right, that's a golden rule. Liking the video is the golden rule. You understand? So, bless up again, everyone. Bless up again. So, yeah, this is some early birds. Fresh God is here already. Big up yourself. Capo in the building. You understand? We have Detonation in the building. We have JS Ferran in the building. Yeah, man, the people are forward. Those who are watching and have not yet commented, big up yourself same way. Rob Smith in the building, the biggest troublemaker. Brain drain, brother. Yeah, man. A good thing we sit you back for them, you know? Yeah, Robert Smith, big up yourself. The bigger brother of Rob Smith. Dr. Dan, big up yourself, you know. So people want to do a quick show. Right? Coach, you went to the game. No, I did not attend the game. Gregory, big up yourself, you know. Robert Smith, bless up, bro. Somebody put coach in an article. No man, we just full of style, man. We just flip. I go see more screen and roll out. You see me I say we full of that just style we full of man. And an article. You understand? We're flipping from corner to center, and we're not talking about a Burger King. We're not at Burger King. Yeah, we're not no gymnast. You understand? Just I try to put a little flavor to the thing. Yeah. All right. So detonation say, coach, me not like what I saw. God no. We don't even have a proper office to even call office. A real thing, detonation. Real thing. Certainly, as Damian Lowe said, the field was horrible. And as I said earlier, and I recall when I brought up that conversation, so man in the comment section, I say, yo, coach, a long time picture that, and the field I got ready, and this and that. See it there? The players, them say the field was atrocious. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But it is what it is. People are really, even the players really requesting that, there be some sort of football stadium for football. We don't know how far that will reach. We don't know if the powers that be have the guts. They might have the guts, but don't have the guts to make a proposal like that to, actually try and get something like that off the ground. So it is what it is as it stands. Kind of sad still, but yeah. So the thing said. You understand? Fear spot, what go on? The system win the game, fear spot. Yeah, man. Go on that little thing. Fear spot. Go on that little thing. You can go on, Rob Smith. You can go on, man. You can go on talk. No fresh. You have some mad people in a fresh. You have some mad people in their right mind. You understand? You have some mad people. True, but there's need for a football specific stadium for the boys and girls. And then all play Manning Cup game tonight on it. Independence Park have no manners. I tell you, Benjamins, Issa give them all for money, so they want to take it. At least 30,000 with training facilities around in the carpet grass and proper maintenance because it don't make sense. We built it and don't care it. Hey, so the Captain Horace Burrell Center of Excellence possibly could have been that sort of situation. But again, management fresh. You see, management are always the problem of anything Jamaica. It's full time for the JFF to spend some money on getting their own stadium and stop thief up money. Gregory, they eat it. Them in control to them do what they want. We need a ball shooting machine to train with because some of the players need to learn how to control the ball at their feet. Hey, you said last night, I don't know if I'm wrong, no, correct me if I'm wrong. I was saying some of the players were having like heavy touches. Seeing? And Cranky was saying it is because of the field. Some of the heavy touches them me not believe are because of the field. Heavy touch different from one time the field bad and it bubble up on you. Me never like some of the control them yesterday. You understand? Coach, I see you wearing your jersey after you win. You know what's that, Cranky? I was searching for the jersey. I mean, never know it there. You know, this morning I see the jersey. I say I have to put on about the jersey. You understand? So people, guess what? The phone line is up and running tonight. You can call in. No glitches with the phone line. Phone line up. So call in, people. Cranky, I don't know if you want to forward back. A matter of fact, we'll drop the link in the comment section. Whosoever will let them drop the link and then we're going to pin it right away. Pin it like close on the line. Yeah, man, let me pin it like the close on the line. All right, so there it is, it pin. And the first person we have Dr. Dan. Dr. Dan, big up yourself.
CD blessed, man. What's going on?
Big up yourself. What day here, man?
Yeah, I just came off the plantation, man.
Mm.
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, just chop it up a little bit about yesterday. Yeah, I watched the whole game and I was just like, took some notes and just trying to analyze everything.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna criticize 3 points is 3 points. I will agree with that. But I think the post match you're saying that it's an ugly win, which I do agree with you with that. Um, the field was a problem, and I think the field is a problem throughout the Caribbean. So I don't, I can't really, I don't know what else to go say about that. Some will say it's because of the concert that happened a few days ago, but I feel like will we play a bit better if the field was much better? I mean, that's questionable. Who knows? But I would say though, I think for me in the game there was two people that stand out. I think for me Gray was, and I actually think Richard stood out in the first half, especially.
Mm-hmm.
He came the closest with that shot. He had that header, and he had some good hold up play, which I saw that with him. So he has potentials, and as you can clearly see that he's like strong, and he went in some tackles. He was playing. It looked like he got the instruction that the coach did for him to just be himself. You can see he was switching flanks every second, dropping in. So I thought he played exceptional. to be honest, in the first half. Well, I also would say though, CD, I was watching the game and I don't understand if it's the direction by the coach. Every time Lowe get the ball, he bypass the midfield and go long with the ball. Why? I have no idea. The first thing that they ask you to play when you play football is you develop from the back if that's your game. Go to the midfield, you progress. It's a pity to me if we don't have another center back to play with Pinnock, man. That guy is really a general. Every time he gets the ball, you can just see that he's surveying the field. His long ball is very on point. I remember that one he gave to Richards right on his chest, right there. Good, you know what I mean? So I think that overall, I like that aspect of the game. I still think that we have issues with our midfield. And I know people are going to say all these guys are talented, true, but if you can't do the basics of the game, which is passing, move, and get into space, that's going to be the issue. I believe on one play I saw when Damari Gray got the ball and he was just spinning with the ball looking for somebody where he eventually put the ball out of bounds, which is, to me, that shows that, one, there was nobody moving for him to pass the ball to. So that was a criticism I have. And I think finally, I did see Honduras actually, you could see that they're very calm on the ball. They passed the ball. But I think what we stood out, we had finishers, we had talent. We had they didn't have what we had. Because as you can see, Gray just got the ball one time and scored. They didn't have a Gray. They didn't have an outstanding player that would score. So I think that was a big difference as well in terms of what stood out yesterday. But overall, I don't think many things stood out for us, to be honest. But again, a win is a win.
But Dr. Dan, remember, yeah, the man who said the game, where we say we're going to lose or we're going to
No,
draw.
I said it was going to be draw, and I said it because of the midfield. And truthfully, the midfield did not play well. Again, just like I said, we had someone who can take the ball. We had a difference maker, which they didn't have. If they had difference makers, as you can see, a couple of times they came close, you know what I mean, to score and all that stuff, but they didn't have any difference maker. We had difference maker. We had speed, something that
Yeah,
they didn't really have.
but Dr. Dan, even if they are difference makers, don't you believe that our defensive line was solid enough to keep them at bay as well?
Oh yeah, so I don't think I actually think that our that's what I'm saying. I think that, so this is what I think. I said from right back to left back to center back, our defense is good. To me, I'll replace Lowe at each cost. He's too wild. He's literally a tackle away from red card, and I don't know what he's doing with the ball. Every time he's getting the ball, he's like he's confused to control the ball or he's scared to control the ball. So I think our defense is amazing. The only thing that we're missing, if we get a good midfielder, Jamaica is going to be set. To me, I actually like Ravel because when I watch him play, I know he's not playing on a team, but he's calm with the ball. He distributes the ball pretty good, but he's not playing. So that's an issue according to the coach. But if we get a good midfielder, a good box-to-box midfielder, somebody will get the ball and spread the ball, somebody like the likes of Casemiro or like Thomas Partey or somebody, then we're going to be set because we have two good wingers. We have strikers, you know what I mean, that will progress. Mikel Antonio, we have different type of players. So, yes, I do believe that. But I think the issue is we're searching for midfielders that we don't have one, which I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. No, me see, Fresh God, me see follow up the conversation about the field cause the heavy touch. When a player control the ball and it bounces off the player, that cannot be the field. That there's nobody that can tell me to convince me that if you have a rough surface or a patchy surface and the ball come directly to you and you get to put your foot there to control the ball and the ball bounce off of your foot and gone, that cannot be the pitch. It has to be the player controlling ability there. So I just said that. But one other thing, we keep talking about the midfield to Dr. Dan. And we every conversation is like we refer to what you call it? Ravel Morrison. And we keep saying Ravel, 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 Ravel. And the video analyst Kyle came on and he spoke very highly of how Ravel played and the position that he should play to help the team and where he would have been more,
Yeah.
Effective for the team.
Yeah.
We see though that we have players from the opposing team that are pressing us. Hence, because the midfielders can't get the space because of the press, then you'll have the defenders tend to want to go long. Another thing that I saw is that when the press is broken by a pass and the ball is played through the line, what happens is that when our midfielders get the ball, they are not transitioning as quickly as possible. You notice when the ball is transitioned quick is when it is played out on the flank.
Yes, I agree. Yes, this is true.
That is when the ball is transitioned quick, when we play the ball on either side, whether it is Leon Bailey's side or Demarai Gray's side. On the flank, we transition the ball. And it's the reason why people say we play like more of a counter-attacking team. So the transition, when we get the ball, if they do break the line or break the press, we don't. It's like we don't know what to do. It's either we play the ball lateral or we play it back to the defenders. So there are some questionable things that the players do on the field that basically affect the transition and affect the team, and it also make the midfield look bad.
So here's my question, CD. What do you think would be the ideal or the best way to get the best out of the midfielders that we have? Because all the midfielders that we have are quality and play for pretty much, good teams, right? They're not no scrubs. They're not, you know what I mean? So how do you suggest getting the best out of these guys? Because the modern football, as we speak, is not long ball anymore.
But the team that we are playing against is not giving us any time to play our football, and we have to expect that. We have to just trust them. Have to just trust each other. Make the mistake them. How can we have professional players who afraid to give a player the ball? We are bypass player. That don't look right.
On one example, right? On one of the play, right? Literally, Lowe got the ball, and to the left side of him, the left back was open, and he just looked at him and just boom the ball long. The point I'm saying though, CD, you have to the coach. Okay, so here's the coach. If you study the team that you're playing, right? If you know a team like to press, all right, boom, you're gonna tell your midfielder, you're gonna say, listen, this team like to press. Okay, if you're gonna try to pass it out from the back, you need to position yourself. You need to position yourself here. So that's also a part of it is also coaching then, if you want to look at it from that standpoint. Because if you keep going long, the ball is going to come right back in the midfield, going to put your midfield at pressure. So how do you combat that, right? You have to put players in the field.
It could be coaching. It could also be players that don't understand the positioning. Because remember, we spoke of this the other day that Coventry see Latibo there as a defender, and you expect a defender to do what the midfielder, a 6 that has been trained for that position, to do. We might be running into some problem there, and probably that's why the spaces are not being opened up, because a defender is in the middle of our park.
So then,
you understand?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was listening to you. That's what I'm saying. In any professional sports, right? You're gonna get players who don't play in the preferred position or play out of position, right? So that's given, right? The issue is the coach need to be able to instill certain discipline or say, listen, this is where you need to be, this is where you need to be, and give instruction or something like that. So that is to me how you get the best out of a player. And again, going from what I'm saying, in this day and age, modern day football, most players are the way how people are developing. Players are supposed to be able to play two positions or trying to play two different positions, right? Because you should be able to read the game or
Yeah,
whatnot.
but Dr. Dan, with the play in question, Joel Latibody, he plays more than one position, but it's across the back line.
Correct. Okay.
So he has fulfilled that criteria in playing more than one position. You understand?
Yeah, but CD, the defense played well last night. The defense played well last night. It was actually them who kept. They played every time they break the midfield. They were able to break up the pass, get a foul, whatever. They played well last night. I'm not saying that. The problem is when you don't have a good midfield, you put a lot of pressure on a defense. A better team would have scored on us yesterday. That's what
That is true, and that's what we have been saying over the years. Because you have people long ball, and sometimes they have to go long ball because the midfielder is not creating space behind the press.
True.
You have to also create space behind the press. So again, it boils down to what I said before. If I have a defender playing midfield, how is that defender going to present himself? How is that defender is going to set up himself to break the press? Even if you're told when you go out there, you probably have a defensive mentality.
You notice what they did? They had four midfielders. They had four. This is the thing. Why is it that we can't have one? You have one person who's protecting the back line. I don't get it. Like, I know we want to play attacking football, which is all well and done. The reason why we're getting outplayed in the midfield because they overloaded midfield. That's why we're getting outplayed. We wasn't getting outplayed because of talent, to me. So it's the coach now has to say, listen, you this, you that, you this, and try to come up with a better. Listen, 4-4-2's played out. That's 1998. I mean, I know everything span on 4-4-2. But 4-4-2, it's not. Either go 4-4-3 or something, but 4-4-2 has to move on. That day and age is done, to me.
That day is done?
Yeah, just straight up 4-4-2. You can't really play that anymore.
But we weren't playing 4-4-2 last time.
We started off like that. No, we weren't. Yeah, we were.
No,
we weren't. You're right. We were not. You're right.
We're not playing 4-4-2.
We weren't. Yeah, we were not. You're right.
We even were playing 3-4-3 at one point. We even were playing.
I saw that. Yeah.
4-2-4. We even were playing 4-3-3. Because if
we did like three
formations.
Yeah.
So it was a swing between about three formations we were using, three systems.
So my question is to you is what you think is the best based on the talents that we have is to us right now, right? What do you think is the best formation for us to play?
It's hard to say, no. I remember, you have a system you set up when you're defending, and you have multiple systems that you can set up when you're attacking. So I wouldn't want to say that we should stick to one, but we should have players that can understand whatever it is switched to, it would be like ABC. It won't be a situation where it is all over the place. Once it's switched, we're supposed to be controlling, we're supposed to be covering the lanes, we're supposed to be covering the channels and the lines that the other team wants to break. If that is not there, we're going to have problems.
As much as a lot of us hate Garrett Southgate, right? You know what he did? He has a formation and he has players that understands it. That's why he keep picking them. And this goes back to your point. Having players, understanding what we're going to do is important, or play the system. And that's exactly what you're saying. Even though people hate Southgate, right? Let's look at the bigger team. Again, I'm not comparing us to them, but I'm just example. Spain, right? They had a crop of players that they groomed for years. They end up 2010, they won everything, right? Germany did the same thing. So I wonder if this is what the coach is trying to do. Well, actually, I think he said something like that in the news conference. You know what I mean? After him, you know what I mean? They're gonna have these players. Maybe that's something that he probably could look into. Because we have core groups of players that are gonna play. Leon Bailey is gonna play. You have the Grays gonna play, and the Richard's gonna play, right? You have those core group of players. Maybe trying to explain them or make sure they understand the system that you're trying to go for may not be a bad thing.
Yeah. All right, Crooks, welcome to the show. Well, give us your analysis of what took place. And big up the people that are just joining. Thank you very much. Please remember to like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Crooks.
coach.
Yeah, man, we're here.
Yeah. The one to start off the good win for us, right? Good ugly win in terms of the game. But we give thanks. The defense looks a lot more organized. On my observation, since Pinnock come in, I think Pinnock dictates a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
that happen around the defensive area. A lot of things. I think we could see there was much confidence in Pinnock with the keeper. I think 85% of his balls he gave them to Pinnock to distribute them.
Who?
Don't know if the coach tactics because of Pinnock's distribution
Who?
skills.
Who? You mean
Wait, wait, Jamal,
the,
wait.
the goalkeeper? Yeah.
Yeah,
And just
most
to
of the
add to
balls
that,
that
just to add to that, Crooks.
yeah,
This is modern football is kind of um deviating in terms of this one of the centre back should be a ball playing centre back. So not
yeah,
only the number six or the creative player should be able to distribute the ball. And I think that is what Ethan Pinnock brings to the team. Even though some of his passes weren't that accurate, but I think they were trying to
but
work on something. Continue.
yeah, man, his confidence on the ball is top notch. It tries to pick his passes well. Even most times, I think most times, if it wasn't for him, I think
Mm-hmm.
Jamal would have gone long a lot of times. Had it not been for Pinnock, a lot of time Pinnock was pointing to hey, I'm dropping wide, pick your pass properly. Look what you're doing. Look, I'm here. Give me, don't be afraid to give Damien low. That I wonder if he's afraid to give Damien Low the ball because most of the balls that I said before went to Pinnock, right? Um, the formation changed throughout the game. I think the formation changed a lot of time throughout the game. At one point, it was a 3-4-3 at one point, I think. At one point in the game, I think there was three different. They tried to mix it up.
Yeah,
At
man.
one
Yeah,
point,
they
there was
mix it
three
up a little bit.
defenders with the attack. Yeah, 3-4-3. And then at one point during the 4-4-2, it seemed as if when we were attacking, when we defended in 4-4-2. When we attacked, we attacked in 4-2-4, I think it seemed. With the wingers kind of pushing up in line with the forward and just the two midfielders. But then in that situation, coach, a lot of time the defenders pass the ball around trying to look for a midfielder to drop deep. I said I don't know if it's the coach's tactics or if it's the players just being afraid to drop deep for the ball and move. But the mid pitch movements were very poor. A lot of times the defenders were looking for midfielders to drop deep first to start that, to start
Mm-hmm.
and there was no. I mean, it was as if Honduras had 14 players and we had about 10.
But
A
you
lot
see,
of the time.
the thing to Crooks, what I look at to I
Yeah,
think our defensive line was sitting too deep at times.
deep, yeah. Yeah,
So it
that's
was
true. That's
easy.
true.
It was easy for Honduras to really catch us in our half because we were always sitting there. So the gap between
Yeah,
the defense and the
that's true.
midfield was too wide. I think that
Too
was
wide,
not
too wide,
every
too wide.
aspect of the game, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
showed to me, especially in the first half.
Yeah, but then coach, they made an adjustment to that. It was obvious that the right backs, the defense was told to push up a bit, and I think the right back push up a bit more. But then that opened a lot of space, especially on the right wing area. And I think Honduras tried to exploit that area a lot of the times. It's a good thing they never really get through much. But when the right back
Mm-hmm.
when the full back push up a bit, I think they
Mm-hmm.
tried to exploit it, but they didn't have much speed. They didn't have much speed to do that. Had it been a team who had better wingers with more speed and creativity, and a better midfielder and strikers, I tell you, Jamal chances easily too, very easily too.
Yeah. So
But
so we need.
I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hmm?
No, I was saying that
Yeah,
we
you
need
actually.
players that can actually fit roles, because roles on the pitch is
Yeah.
very important. So if a player is not able to play that particular role, whether you're in midfield, whether you're in defense, whether you're on the flank, whether you're up front, if you're not able to play your role in a manner that will enable the team to be more effective, that is a huge issue as well. And we can't negate that fact. So whether we set up the team 4-4-2-4, whether we set it up 4-3-3, if the players in those positions aren't able to play their role correctly, properly, then we're gonna be having problems right throughout the games that we play.
CD, just to piggy, I think I also noticed as well is that maybe I didn't see it much. I don't see we have much leader or somebody's like leading like from the midfield. Like the back line, you have obviously low. Somebody saying speaking and being a leader and just like kind of yo, what's going on? I saw
The
Bailey trying to
goalkeeper was doing it too. The goalkeeper was speaking a lot. I like that from him.
yeah, he was speaking more so the back line. I'm talking about in up inside more up from the back line up. I saw Bailey doing it, but more so to one person. So for me, I didn't see like a somebody be like yo listen this trying to be that leader. To me, again, some people may see separate, but again, to your point where we're saying, but because in international football it's difficult to find somebody to just gel with you because you only have them for a few months, a few months for the year. You're gonna have players who doesn't always play in their preferred position. But again, it goes to the point where I'm trying to say is the coach has to get the best out of these positions, right? And I'm not gonna compare this coach to any top-notch coach, right? But he's a
Mm-hmm.
good coach, so he has to find a way to get the best out of a player and discipline the player and say, listen, this is what you're doing, this is what you're supposed to do.
I'm wondering
Uh,
if probably a nonchalant attitude from him is I don't know. Um Jeremy and Wagwan,
Right, well, coach.
there, big up yourself.
Yes, sir. So based on the game, I said the coach, just my 2 cents. I'm starting from the back line, to up front. See, back line didn't make that much mistake. One and a few mistake here and there. I think
Mm-hmm.
Bell got the wrong side of the defender once when and him get off across in the box, right? And the other time with Bell was when the ball whip over from the left side where the youth get it on the half volley.
Mm-hmm.
Never pick up the youth. The youth run off the back of his shoulder. So other than that, the midfield though was a big factor in this game, right? Here we talk about the press and all of that, but the two midfielder them never show any at all in this game, right? When the centre back have the ball or the right or left back have the ball, none of the midfielder them now show. Zine, them just stay behind the attackers for the Honduras team and not show, not at all. Bobby Reed, so once in the game, Bobby Reed drop real deep to come pick up a ball and
Mm-hmm.
and tread the lines. You get me? A simple stuff like that you have to do as the midfielder. Zine, if the man them press, you can't stay behind the man them and expect you to get the ball. Zine, a
Mm-hmm.
risky pass, you try make the centre back them play. Drop deep
Mm-hmm.
man and pull somebody with you and create space for somebody else. You get me? So that was the big issue in the team. If we had persons in the midfield who could have progressed the ball, break lines better, I mean, would have a way better game, even though the pitch was atrocious. Would have a way better game if the midfielder them they are working at this game. Zine. So before this, Latibedi had some good games, but last night him and Casey game was really poor. And a lot of the chances them where Honduras get last night, honestly, we cast them for ourselves. All the
Mm-hmm.
crucial chances that them get. See?
Turnovers.
Turnovers. You get me? Turnovers. Some who
true.
would call it them broke foot pass and all of that.
And some
But
silly turnovers too. Very silly
Yeah,
turnovers.
silly
Unnecessary.
turnovers. Man.
yeah, definitely. But as the caller before me, they listen say if we can get two decent or at least one decent midfielder, man, we can do the damage. We can do something great. Damian Lowe step out a portion and come in the midfield a couple times well, right? And from my take on it, I don't know if you guys will agree. You see, because the CDM or whoever in the midfielders don't do the job, you get me? I say it force the centre back to come out there and come sell himself sometime, because sometimes he come out there and come sell himself totally and make a big hole in the back line. See, but if you ever see him do the map up right there, so your centre back don't need to come in there. You get me? In that section there, the midfield were so slow to the first ball or to the first tackle, to the first press. See? Up front, kind of like what we see up front, you know, the players them interchanging across all three of them interchanging across the line. I love that, you know. Both our company feel we get a opportunity right away, you know. If Bailey could just take that ball in his stride, you know. So we see good things. We have attackers that can do a lot of damage. I think the key thing for us right now is just the midfield. If we can get the midfield fixed, we can do things. Pinnock was solid. Pinnock was definitely solid, you know, and he's a ball playing centre back also, you know. So we can see that the passing accuracy is there, you know. So I mean, it's only good going forward if we can get two decent midfielder that can actually pass or break the lines, drop deep, and you know,
and impose themselves on the game. We need somebody to impose themselves on the game too.
That too, because you know, I think at the first half when the forward line or the wingers them not get the ball, we cannot get a little bit frustrated, because I mean, understand, you know, because if every time we get the ball in the midfield we do the same things and that cause problem for ourselves, you know, it come frustrating, you know. But
surprising doing a German. If you notice when Honduras was attacking, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, did they actually breach our midfield or they played the ball on the flanks? Because even though our midfield was poor, you know,
it was both.
I didn't see a situation where they were playing balls through our midfield directly and slicing our midfield, you know. It never happened.
Them use the flank most of the time.
Them use the flank, so even though our midfield was weak, they bypass it.
They bypass our midfield also.
Yeah.
You know, but so that's why I say all of the problem that we cause because them for ourselves. Sloppy turnover and the midfield we caught us out, so we are attack, right? We commit man forward and then there's a sloppy. The man in transition and you make a sloppy back pass. See? And the start and the sketch out of the game. Where we could have been if Honduras had clinical strikers or wingers that have much more talent than that, bro, they would have tear us apart with the chances them would them get. Honestly. But them never really like outplay with true in the midfield, because them use the flanks or them hit the ball over the top.
Yes, and that goes to show me now, even though we are a bad midfield, I think we showed lack of creativity when it is our possession with the ball with that midfield. So we weren't creating space to receive the ball. But when the other team had the ball, Honduras, they bypassed the midfield and utilized the flanks. So if we can get it together when we have the ball, because if we have defenders in the middle of the park, players that can tackle and break up plays, then that is still good enough. It's just that they need to adopt that other aspect of their game, so it will be more effective when they are on the ball.
Correct.
Well, see,
yeah, go ahead, Doctor.
Also, okay, so good. Also something I noticed, I think you alluded to it earlier. Whenever we do beat the press, we cannot seem to pass a proper ball to save our lives, or even to switch the flank. We seem to play on one side, don't switch the flank. And that's what Honduras was doing. They were switching the flank and getting players one-on-one. And that's what I'm saying. A better team with better winners would play better and beat one-on-one. So it's something that we don't do. Like a couple times I saw Bailey trying to switch the play, wrong ball or somebody. And again, I don't know if it's the field. Some people would say it's the field, but like that. A couple times we got transition, counterattack, pass the ball wrong. Again, that's probably the field because, you know, you can't, but those are things that I've seen happen in the past before. It's not just this field. It happened in the Mexico game. it's just something I don't know what we're doing wrong there, why we can't get it together.
Yeah, definitely. So how we look at the players? Let us start with the goalkeeper. Of course, everybody would agree that Wade had a very good game, right?
Yeah, I think he had a good game. He didn't have much to do though, realistically, but he did have a good game.
All right. So how would you rate him on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'll give him like a 7 because I think
7?
again, yeah, he didn't really defense protected him a lot. He didn't have much. He had that one save, a tip over the bar, but I mean
Two saves he had.
He had more than two. He had more than that, but I'm saying he wasn't worked as much. He didn't get too much work last night.
Yeah, and he touched the ball 44 times. And he had 16 long balls, and 4 of them were accurate. 18 out of 30 had a 60% accurate pass. So I think the 7 is not bad for him though, because albeit he did not let in any goal. What do you say, Brooks? Did I give him an 8? Okay. What Kirk said?
7.5 for me.
7.5.
Much work for the coach. You not getting much work for the, but him do what he could do. The chance where Honduras get, but I think him getting a whole heap of work for really show his metal.
Yeah, for real. All right. Javian Brown now. Javian Brown. This player, a lot of us have been calling for him when we had Alvas Powell. He came into the team, and now we're calling for Gray, and we called for Lembikisa. So it just goes to show that the Jamaican people them really don't have no patience when it comes on to that position, because over the years we saw it as a position where it has been costly for us. So how would we rate a Javian Brown? He had about 65 minutes in the game.
Give him a 5.
You give him a 5 on what premise?
I think he's still when he goes forward, he's still not aware about what's behind him, out of position. See again low of a step out wide, a cover him, and then still delivery going forward. You see there you give him 1 out of the 2. You see there when you go forward, you go deliver some decent ball in the box, right? And give us chance to score a goal, or you go be defending well. And as of this moment, we not get either of the 2.
Cause he's a more attacking player still,
Right.
Because he likes to go forward, and that leaves a hole right on that side.
Exactly. But when you go forward, though, coach, the delivery have to be better, right? Because we all, if we're going to use Trent as a prime example, no one can defend. But what? When him go forward, 90% of the time, he might deliver a decent ball in the box, threatening. So.
What you say, Crooks?
Is a 5.5 for me, in positional awareness, poor, very poor. Whenever he attacks, is like whenever I'm reach up in the opponent's half and being closed down, it's like him confused. It's like he don't know what to really do when he get pressure. He don't really know what to do. And so him give away the ball and then left him spot open where the low half hours are cover for him. Midfield as an attacking right back certain way, coach. When you attack, when you have the ball, you make good use of it so you can have at least
So you
ample
can
time to
up
can
right,
yeah,
right.
wake up. And him lack that. Him, especially when he's been closed down, it's like him confused, him don't know what to really do. Him get panic. So
Mm-hmm.
positional awareness poor and decision making poor. But him do look away for him to do whenever I'm there, you know. You see him close down couple opportunities to square in from the Honduras. Good save, not bad, but positional awareness poor and decision making and under pressure poor. So
Mm-hmm.
5.5 to me.
Okay. All right, let's jump over quickly to Damian Lowe, captain of the night.
Uh,
Let me give you the statistics on Damian Lowe before. So he played the full 90, 6 clearances, 1 block shot, 3 interceptions, 1 tackle. He won 1 out of 4 ground duels. Aerial duels, 4 out of 6. He lost possession 17 times. That is a lot. 2 fouls. He touched the ball a lot, 77 times. And he had an accurate pass possession, percentage 74, 45 from 64. Crosses 1, and that 1 cross connect. He had 12 long ball, 6 of them were accurate. So that is a 50% there.
I'm a very big critic of this guy. I'm gonna give him a 6. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, um, his position is poor, but I do understand that sometimes he's covering for um,
Trigger.
other players, right? Which is understandable. But I think that those numbers you just called out for a veteran, he's what 32 now. He's been playing in the team for so long. You know, what I mean, his number.
32.
I think he's about 31 or 32. Yeah, you know, he's a veteran. Yeah, so you know, I think that's, you know, I mean, he should have been a much better. You know, 25%, 1 of 4. So I will give him. I'm gonna give him a 6.5. I've seen better game for him, but yesterday wasn't his best.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Megillo a 7. It made some clinical defensive save first.
Mm-hmm.
Um One thing though, I don't think Lou is all that. I saw an incident happen because I was near to his side at one point. And I saw it with Whisper, and the reactions were totally different. At one point,
Yeah.
Whisper was on the ball, right? And he was doing a lot of dribbling, right? And one of the fans them showed to Whisper and said, "Hey boy, don't dribble too much when you see the pass, I'm gonna make the pass, you know." And Whisper just shake him head and give a thumbs up, like, you know, yeah, man, here we are, say, you know, all right, cool. And somebody said to Lou had the ball at the time near to the sideline and try to dribble with it. And one of the fans said to him, say, "Hey boy, don't dribble too much man ball, you know, pass one ball." And Lou turned to the fans and said, "SM," you
Mm.
know? Yeah, man, him
As the
turned to the fans and
captain.
he as the captain and said, "SM," you know? And I was like, me not really see none bad like the man really diss him for him really. So it shows that the fans really, you know, get to him in a way. But
Mm.
differently from that, I think he showed up. He made some clinical saves and him cover for Javian a lot of the times when Javian go up and lose it. But all in all, I think it was a 7 for me overall. I mean, he
Yeah.
made some tackles at the time where you have to really hold your head and say, "Boy, low, go easy upon them one day." But it was a fair game for him, and he did what he was supposed to do. I was saying a whole heap of pressure because I think Pinnock dictated the back line a bit. May I tell him talk a lot and
Mm-hmm.
call players that talk around the back. So I think he organized the back a bit, and I think Pinnock playing with him really give him look of confidence. So
Yeah.
yeah, a 7 for.
All right, good. I think Ethan Pinnock for me is the man of the match in the game yesterday. Whisper played well, Gray played well, he actually scored. But not as we expect of a Demarai Gray. As you just said, Crooks, Ethan really marshal the thing. And for me, he's the man of the match. He made the passes. He played the full 90. He had 9 clearances. Block shots 1, tackles 2. He won 4 ground duels, and the people they must say Ethan Pinnock is not good one-on-one. Me hear that last night. Ethan Pinnock is not good one-on-one. And anybody will take him on, him win the ball. 4 times them try it and him win the ball. Aerial duels, he had 2, he won 1. He lost the ball 13 times. That is also unacceptable. You want your center back to be not losing the ball so many times. Even though the loss of possession might be calculated differently on this. I don't know how they do it, but you still don't want your central defender to be in double figure where losing the ball is concerned. He was fouled once. He had 97 touches. So like I said, he was the man dictating the pace. He had an 84% accurate pass. Long balls, he had 19. 9 of them connect. That is not good as well. So you need to take care of those balls when he plays them long. Dribbling attempt, he dribbled once and it was successful. His heat map was very, very, very red. Big red space. So he covered a lot of ground. And I would give him an 8, you know. I would give Ethan an 8. One of the match performance for me.
Yeah, I concur as well. An 8 is good. Yeah, I think his style fits Low because you have somebody who's composed
Yeah.
versus Lowell who, but again, I'm not. I think he wasn't. I think he was in the Premier League player of the month or something along that line. So he's not. He's pretty well experienced. The guy is good. I mean, he's the one that he had Holland in his pocket the couple times they played. So he's a good player. I mean, I'm glad we have him. So I like him. I was watching him play, and it's like he's good with both feet. And I was like, that's what we want. I mean, to play.
Yeah, man. It was a good game from Crooks. So, Jeremy, you know, yes, sir. Jeremy na push on a big machine there. Him can't hear her go on. All right, we can move on to our next player in
A 9 for me, film coach.
9.
Yeah. Watching the game, as I say, it depends on watching it on TV, and I think a lot of the possession that we had was because of Pinnock. Most of those possessions was around the back. Because Pinnock picked his pass, but whenever there was no midfielder dropping deep, he tried to pass it around the back. Dictating that they gave him the ball if there was no passing option up front until a midfielder dropped for it or something.
Okay. Yeah, man. Me like how him deal with the thing. Very, very good on the ball. And like everybody is saying, his game basically help a Damian Lowe to be more calm, cool, and collective on the field. So it is always good to have somebody there in that position that will bring some semblance of order. And that was what Ethan Pinnock bring to the team there. So big up to Rupert. Amari Bell was a little bit quiet for me, But he played the full 90, 1 clearance, 1 block shot, 2 interception, 2 tackles, 2 dribble pass, ground duels, 7. He won 3 of the 7. Aerial duels, 1 of 2. He lost possession like 8 times. That's not bad. committed 2 fouls. He was fouled once, touches 61. Um, he had an 85% passing accuracy. I remember, you see, the passing accuracy not so accurate still enough, people, because remember, so sometimes those passes are they are still calculated in the ones that you play lateral to your defenders, fellow defenders, and so forth. So passing accuracy really don't truly define how accurate the player can pass the ball. Because sometimes it's a back pass. You understand? I would give Amari a 7 or a 6.5. Yeah, he's a part of the defensive setup. Nobody scored. He was a bit quiet to me, but yeah.
Yeah, coach, I do agree with you. I think I give him the same. He was reserved last night. I will use the word reserve. He wasn't his normal spring up feeling back. He was more. He seems
Mm-hmm.
like he seems like he sat back a little bit more and just defend. And I think he probably read the game that like, okay, I'm going for the defense need more help or something, because earlier in the game a lot of the attack was coming down on his side, if you notice that. So I think couple times they had dangerous crosses from his side. So I think his game was pretty quiet, but he didn't put in a workman like shift. So I'll give him a 6.5.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
also, Gray, because Gray was holding the width. Remember, Amari flourished and going up and down the line, but Gray was also holding the width. So he didn't have that much opportunity to go forward either. So I think that's a part of it also.
Oh, okay. Good observation too, yeah. Or the instruction could have been that Javian Brown is a more attacking player. Let Javian Brown go up there and you stay back. And that's when we see the defense being a three-man defense at the back. Because when Javian gone, Low goes around, Ethan in the center, and Amari comes around as well. So that's when I saw that. All right, so let's go up in the midfield. Dujan Whisper Richards, 65 minutes, 29 touches, 11 from 15 passes. That's accurately done. One long ball. It was accurate. He had 2 shots on target. One hit the woodwork. Ground duels, 3 from 8. Aerial duels, 1 from 5. Possession lost 10 times. 2 fouls, was fouled once. And he had 2 tackles. Not a bad game for the youngster. I think when he had the ball, you could sense that he's about to do something. I'd give him a 6.5 still, or 7, I don't know. But Whisper never look bad at all.
I
Never look
think
bad.
I think if you average between first half, he was to me the best player in the pitch, and I would have given him 8 in the first half. Then second half, he kind of like, I don't know if he died down or what, but it kind of dissipated a little bit. So if I average that out, give me about I would say a 7, around a good 7.
Okay. Yeah, man. Between 6.5 and 7, I gave him. So
6.5 for me.
yeah. What you thought he missed out of the game, Crooks, because you were there on ground.
As usual, his defensive work rate to chop back and help out Javier. A lot of the times I think was missing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but he offered what he could offer up front in terms of trying to press and doing local tackles here and there. But I think his defensive work rate overall is still lacking. You can see that he's working on it, but it's still lacking. Some of his decision making, it start out a bit shaky for me at first 50 minutes or so until he grew into confidence and then he started to really play. It started out as if he was nervous a bit, and then he grew into confidence in the game and stepped it up closer to the end of the first half. But in the second half, I don't know what happened in the second half. He just faded or no much balls were getting to him or what. But I think he faded a bit into the second half.
Yeah, man, I see him thing cranky. I said him started well, and also he need to improve his defensive section of the game. Well, um, they say that he's the only man that can help Chelsea right now. Chelsea in problems, and they're waiting on Whisper. When Whisper kick, him registered. Oh, hey, that would have been a peach of a goal if he had found the back of the net. Very, 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 very good try there from Whisper. All right, let's look at Leon Bailey. So Leon Bailey, 90 minutes, one shot on off target, 2 block shot, dribble attempts, 1 of 2 completed. He had 47 touches, accurate passing 15 from 23, so that's 65%. Crosses 2, none of them were accurate. Long balls 3 of 3. Ground duels, he had 18, he won 9. Aerial duels 4, he won 2. Lost possession 18 times. That's too much. Fouls 4, was fouls 7. So yeah, you still want a man like that in the team where attract a lot of foul. He can get fouls in dangerous position. Tackles 1. I'd give Bailey a 6.5 to, or a 6, between 6 to 6.5. What say you?
I'm giving him a 6. And I don't know. I've come to expect a lot from him now at this age. He's clearly he's clearly the quote unquote poster boy, right? And I use a quote, right? And for the past couple games, Aston Villa was playing. He's been playing well. I mean, I kind of want to see him replicate that for the national team because there's a different pride when you play for the national team versus the club team. One would think. Um, I just think that his statistics, 50%, 60%. I want it to go up to, maybe 80s and 90s because I've seen him beat players unstoppable day in and day out. So I don't know what's going on, but I want to see a better player. I mean, he is better, so I'll give him a 6.
Crooks are German.
For me, coach, me a whole heap of factor why me I give Bailey 6. In terms of dribbling, was good. It was good that he drew a lot of fouls, coach. I think about we make
Yeah, man, that's good.
5 man. Yeah, so that's
7,
really good.
7 in total.
Yeah, him make a whole heap of players get yellow cards, so that's good. But sometimes when he leg the ball, him still a hold on the ball too long. His final passes are not all that good. Really, really not all that good. That his final passes not all that good. And me still not think him come and work like I'm supposed to come and work. Me used to ask a coach, seriously speak, me used to ask Bailey soon get in the game, man. Him just need some better players around him. But then when I see them agree come in at the Gold Cup him first time and show we how quality player when you're above certain level and you're expected to deliver, you come deliver without excuse. You understand? And them agree came and showed us that. And he did that again last night through his individual brilliance. So we look all this long time for Bailey to be doing that. And them agree come show that once you're class, even Ethan Pino come show that once you're class, bro. Your class, they need to come and work. So Bailey need to just come and work and stop put a lot of pressure upon himself and let others help him to just play the game, put too much pressure upon himself. And I think he OD'd a lot of time with his dribbling when he could have let go the ball and his final decision making was poor. There was a time when he got a ball. I don't think if his whisper gave him it at 1 point. And whisper was free on the wing waiting for it. And I thought he would have just let you whisper on that one and he tried to give it to Gray, and I don't think it went off all that well. But I would give him a 6 for that. Him still not come and work and not cause too much pressure on him, I think. So a 6 for me.
Yeah.
Coach, one thing I would say, I definitely agree with exactly what you said. I just think, like you were saying, come to work. Maybe the coach needs to start putting some pressure on him, sub him so he can not be too comfortable. Because sometimes when you're comfortable as a player, it's like, you tend to do whatever you want because you're gonna start. Maybe, make him uncomfortable a little bit. You see the likes of Pep, right? If you're not
Mhm.
performing the way he wants, boom, De Bruyne out the team, Silva, you make sure nobody can become complacent. That's how people become great, right? You lit fire so they can run. They could. So I think maybe that's something the coach can do. Fans like us may not like it. Some people may not like it, but I think that's probably something, like you mentioned, for him to come to work. So I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. That could be a way forward. I don't know. Like I said, the coach seemed a little bit nonchalant in his approach. So I don't know if that is something that he would actually do. All right, Bobby Reed. I think that Bobby Reed scored a goal, and for some reason, the referee said that it wasn't a goal. I can't understand for the life of me. How was that not a goal? How was that offside? I must be somebody that is not interpreting the rule as the rule is supposed to be interpreted. Because for me, Bobby Reed was in line. And if my memory serves me right, they did say there is some adjustment to that. There has to be daylight between the two players. Anyways, Bobby Reed for me should have gotten that goal. So he played 77 minutes, 1 assist, touches, 20 touches, really. Accurate passes, 81%, 13 from 16, not bad. Key passes, 1, which is the assist. Crosses, 1, but it did not connect. Long ball, 1, but it did not hit the target. Ground duel, 2 from 2. That is good. Aerial duels, 1, none from 2. Bobby shot. He lost possession 4 times. One foul was fouled once. Offside 1, which I was saying is not an offside. He should have been under the goal column. Clearance is 1. Tackles 1. Bobby, I think, had a somewhat of a quiet game as well. I would give Bobby a 6 or 6.5 with that assist. Bobby was really quiet. For Bobby Reed to touch the ball 20 times.
Are you sure those numbers are correct? 20 times?
So that me answer, man.
Yeah. Well, if he touched the ball 20 times and he was able to score and assist and an 80% accuracy, that means he was doing his job well. But then again, like you said, it can be short passes. But I will give him a 6 as well. I think it was solidly. I think it was an average game for him. Not He didn't make too much noise. I mean, to me, apart from the assist and stuff. So I give him a 6.
What you said, Jeremy?
I said probably why I look more than that because most of the time in the quick transition when things was going well for Jamaica, he was the one that is making that first forward pass to the wingers or that
Mm, okay. On a grade, Bobby Reed. A 6.5 make it Bobby Reed. Now, Bobby Reed was kind of quiet to me. And it is not because he did not play well. Kind of quiet. Bobby Reed was playing, but not really in the game. You see, Cranky game 5. So I'm a bit more generous than Cranky.
Make it Bobby Reed.
Uh,
You see, become go watch it. You see, become go
mm,
watch it live.
mm-hmm.
Make Bobby Reed a 7 coach.
Yeah.
Bobby Reed was, I think, in the first few minutes of the game, Bobby gave what's his name, Whisper, um a decent one, and a
Well, him should
platter
have
to score.
shoot and him start twist and turn.
game start twist and turn. Bobby was the cause of the goal again. Bobby was I mean Bobby was playing. It seems that Bobby and Whisper was playing the central striker. I mean they switch up a lot still, the front four switch a lot.
Yeah. Them switch up a lot for sure.
But I think it started off with Bobby and Whisper playing there. Bobby was all about the play, but I don't think the strike the up front foot, I don't think they get enough balls to really show their metal. And at one point, I think Bobby got so frustrated of not getting the ball. I think he was only what the midfielders were doing, and I think he dropped deep for the ball, so deep. I was like, I really Bobby that comes so far down for the ball from the defenders, as if the midfielders weren't doing their job. So he was all over the place, and for the opportunities that he created for us. The first one that he gave to Whisper, that Whisper never put away. Um, Couple other ones, that the one that he scored that they said was offside, and then for that play to the Demarai Gray. So you have to give him thumbs up for those moments, and I think it's a 7 for me. Work rate was good too, so it's a 7 for me.
Well, you just give him a half a point more than what I gave him. So we're not really too far off from you for a man that wasn't at the game. Yeah. But he was a bit quiet. And like I said, it's not a bad game. It's just the 20 that I say. I mean, but it is what it is. All right, let's look at Demarai Gray. 82 minutes. He was subbed out. 1 goal. Shots on target. 1. Dribbling attempts. 3 successful from 5. 31 touches. 56 accurate passing. Long ball, none from 2. 4 from 7. Ground duel, 1. Didn't have any aerial duel. Possession lost 16 times. Was fouled once. That was Demarai Gray. The goal kind of helped Demarai Gray game still, Because when you look at these numbers, the numbers are not so hot. I just goal him score. I go really get him back up there. So yeah, would I give DG a 6, yeah, man. If it wasn't for the goal, him probably would have been lower, honestly. What you say, Crux, as a man that watched the game?
Give him a 7.5 for the goal. Nice individual brilliance, right? I think a lot of times to how I put it on. A lot of times, coach, I think he tried to do a lot individual instead of dribbling. I think he hold the dribbling a lot of times. But then you could see why he was trying to do that, because there was no support much. There was no much support for him. So he had to try to dribble the ball to look for other players running in space, and there was not a lot of that. I think that was why Bailey had to do a lot to. But I think sometimes Bailey really OD. Bailey extremely OD, because sometimes never needed to do all of that. But I think Gray dribbled a few times because he was looking for options and there was not much there. But for the goal, I mean, that's a good individual brilliance, and for me, it's a 7.5. I mean, the front four, to be fair, coach never got a lot of balls really to do nothing much, really. That's a real need a midfield coach. I swear to you, a real need one. But they're really dangerous. The attackers will have, if given that opportunity to get balls as regular as possible, them can be very, very dangerous, coach. Believe you me. But a 7.5 for the goal.
All right. Joel. I don't know what Joel was playing, to be honest. Played the full 90 minutes, 49 touches, accurate passes, 33 from 36. That's 92. And as I said before, you can't really watch the numbers for the accurate passes. Long balls, 0 from 2. Dribble attempts, 2 from 2. Ground duels, 1, 7 from 13. Aerial duels, none from 2. Lost possession 7 times. Fouls 4. 1 time he was fouled. Tackles 4. Would I give him a 6 though?
I I don't know how to give. I don't know what to give this. I feel like I saw him in a game once, and that's when he tackled the guy and he was injured. Other than that, I didn't know what he was doing. So I'm gonna give him a 5.
You give him a 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Jermaine, what did I give him?
Right. 5 also. You know, I mean, I've seen him have way better games than this. You know, more bites in the midfield. He, quicker to the first ball, quicker to the tackle, and quicker to the second ball. You know, better passes going forward. You know, so this was just a half day for him. You know, so I just hope he gets back to the drawing board and bring back what he has bring in the past to us. You know, so 5, yeah, 5. I think 5 for him.
All right. Cool. Casey Palmer.
Wow.
65 minutes, 45 touches, 83% accurate pass, one key pass, one cross, and it was accurate, one long ball, and it was accurate. Ground duels 5 from 6, so he was tackling. Possession lost 8, fouls 1, interceptions 2, tackles 5, dribbled pass 1.
4 McGee.
Jaja, it's a 4-year
And
general.
yeah, and the part, the section them where they must have 5 tackle or whatever. Them tackle there are some them a fumble tackle me see in a game, no jokes. Like the ball bounce up between him and the person. And if them calculate that as a tackle. But none of what the stats just read out.
Mm.
Me never see it.
I still I think he was the worst player on the field, and I'm not being mean. I see a couple
Mm-hmm.
of times he was giving away the ball, pass ball, like he gave away the ball, they get attacked, all that stuff. And if you're in the midfield, you give away the ball, they're gonna be right on the defense. So I am not giving this guy no more than 4.5.
Mm.
But then
All
again,
right.
they said this is first time, so maybe maybe next time.
No man, you have but if he get a bad grade on him first attempt and he go play good and get good grade. That's how a class go.
Yeah,
You're not gonna ease him up as the teacher because I first time I do it. No, sir.
probably some nerves. It's difficult to play in the stadium, especially when your fans curse. So maybe that.
Yeah, definitely. So we made some substitution. I guess nobody else don't want to talk about
Yeah, man. A 4 man are the worst player on the
4.
party. Yeah, man. May I tell you the truth? Atrocious. I don't know if it's the
Jesus.
feel, but boy, what we're expecting from him as a creative midfielder, bro, we never see any of that, bro. May I tell you the truth,
Mm.
coach? We not see none of that. Passes were bad, as I say, I don't know if it's a feel, you know. Most of the time, they might try to look pretty, do some now-look passes. I don't know if on better fields, them they would have pulled off better. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
poor. Some passes were atrocious.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, it's first match, but for an attacking player, we expect we get those balls to the strikers and I come for them and I dictate the play a certain way. They him hide from the ball a lot. I mean, I don't know, but this was just not a good start for him. Let's hope. Let's see if there's any improvement in the next one. 4 from a coach.
But
Straight.
but coach, my issue is people are saying he's playing out of position. Okay, sure, but you're used to as an attacking midfielder, you're used to the ball at your feet. You're supposed to be comfortable with the ball at your feet. You're supposed to want to come and get the ball, regardless if you're playing holding midfield or what. Come get the ball and distribute the ball because you're used to doing that because that's where you used to play, right? If you're an attacker. But he seems like he was hiding or he would just, I don't know what was going on. Every time he gets the ball, he's losing it or he's giving it the wrong play. I was quite on that one play when he passed the ball back and just stood there, put his hand up. I'm like, what are you doing, sir?
Mm.
I was just, I'm just gonna, just I'm gonna hold off on judgment. But this game he wasn't good. I'm just gonna hold off on judgment for right now. But this game he wasn't good.
All right. For me, if substitutes didn't get a lot of minutes, I don't really like to grade them because you can't use the amount of minutes that they get for me to really tell what they can or could do if they had played 30 minutes or more. So we had Tavon Gray, DJ, Shamar, Lambi, and Cephas as changes. For me, I can't make a call where that is concerned. But how do we grade the coach? How do we rate the coach?
I will give the coach a 6. And the reason I'm giving a 6 is because he has played, he has had enough games now with these players to where he can find a formation where all the players are somewhat should so promising and gel, right? He's first time he came in, he had camps, he had a couple games. I also think maybe he's just one of those leaders who's not, because when I watch him, he sit on the bench, he doesn't really say anything, he doesn't get up and coach. And not every coaches are like that. Some people are just, let them play and then speak after. So I will give him a 6. I also think that he doesn't make quick enough changes for me sometimes. Like if you know what I mean, if you see a player not playing with that, make tough decisions. People are not gonna like all your decisions, but you got to make tough decisions. Take off a player if he's not playing good. Take off a player if they're not following your instruction. Because at the end of the day, you are the person. That's what a good leader is. A good leader is supposed to make decision, and if it goes wrong, you're gonna be at fault. You own that. And to me, I feel like maybe that's not his style, but I would give him I'll think he was average. I'll give him, and again, this is me watching games after games that he's been doing. It's the same thing over and over. So yeah, I'll give him.
Crooks. Jeremy.
For me, I give him a 7. I understand what the caller was saying before. However, I think, all right, so Casey, he wanted to look on Casey or what have
Mm-hmm.
you in the midfield to see how him and Latibodia would partner in the midfield. So he
Mm-hmm.
gave him ample minutes to show what he can do. I can tell you this no, the game coming one Tuesday,
You
he's
know,
not going
start.
to be in the starting 11. I think this is how this coach operates. He gives you the minutes to show what you can do, assess you, and then he makes a decision afterwards. So and as it regards to what the caller said about the formation or whatever, I think he plays the formation based on who he has or have. This time around, we see he try something different, to with the players interchanging. That's something we've been calling for also, to have a more flexible team, players playing into different positions and all of that. So, I mean, so far he's doing good for me. He's doing good for me. So I'm gonna give him a 7.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Commenters, drop your grading for the coach. Drop your grading for the coach. All right. Nobody else. I mean, the the sole duty of the team and the coach, the technical staff, is to win games. Right? And that is what he did. He won the game. Was his selection bad in terms of the players that made that 11? I don't think so, because a lot of people were saying it's a balanced team. When I was on my stream and the starting 11 job, everybody say a good team. So you would have gotten a good grade for the team. You would have gotten a good grade for the win. Was his substitution bad substitution? I don't think so. Were they timely? I could say that they were, because players came in at the moments that, I mean, Fair. I would give him a 7.5 to 8 based off this, because you get the result that is required. The win, that gives you 3 points. And sometimes we want to see winning in a manner of a Arsenal, of a Man City, of a United, of a Barcelona, of a Madrid, and to a lesser extent Liverpool. Yeah, but the thing is that ugly win always better than losing the game, and that is what happened. The coach and the technical staff, along with the players, they got 3 points. So I don't believe that. I think objective would have been met, or one of the objectives. Playing good football would have been horrible on that pitch, or it was horrible. So if we're going to grade them on how they played, yes, it is good, but there was a factor that contributed to them playing how they played, which was the pitch. So, but they got the job done. So for me, I give the coach between 7 and 7.5 for the job done. So it is what it is. We look to 80 the next game. I think it's on Tuesday. We'll see what sort of starting 11 will be out there. What will he deploy? Is there any tweaking? I mean, I guess the video analysts will bring stuff to the coach's attention, and they'll have their talks to see how best they can, make the adjustment. But all in all, 3 points. We could have talked from now till the morning. All in all, 3 points. We might not play a flashy game, a fancy game, but we got 3 valuable points in this Nation League to qualify for the Copa. So that is what it is. We're going to be closing off the show now. Told you it was a short show. Past 1 hour, gone to 1.5 hours. Dr. Dan, give us your closing remark, and then followed by Jermaine, so we can close up the show.
Overall, I think, like I said, sometimes winning pretty is good, winning ugly is good as well, or not. But 3 points is 3 points. That's all you need, right? Hopefully next time, and I think, the good thing about a team or a coach is that you try to improve performance to performance, right? I'm sure the next game they're going to play better. So I'm just going to look forward for the next game and just, next points up. That's it. Just keep getting the points, and that's all you got to do. It doesn't matter. A win is a win in my book. But do I want to see beautiful games? Of course, for sure. But again, I'd rather take a win over beautiful games.
Yeah, coach, the 3 points. 3 points is good. It's excellent. It's better to get the 3 points, and you have stuff to fix more than lose the game, and have a lot of stuff to fix. So we'll take the 3 points and then go back to the drawing board and fix the things that we need to fix. If we get a better midfield, we can go forward with that. So we have a little bit of work to do. So we just have to do it and stick to the plan and just trust the progress, the process going forward, and we'll go from there.
All right, big up yourself. So people, big up yourself. Thank you very much for tuning into another night of the weekend super treat. We're going to be closing off. Hopefully we'll be back here tomorrow, hopefully, to have another discussion with football is concerned. Yeah.
Hey, we have one of them exclusive interview for you, So when we close off the show, I shoot you a message. See?
Yeah, man, link up.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. So yeah, people, big up yourself. Stay safe until next time. Peace out.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.